we just want to show you guys our story, or tell you our story, that is.
Let's do this.
Thank you.
When did you know that you wanted to marry me?
When did I know that I wanted to marry you?
Yeah.
Hi, that evening we sat down. It was probably like our
Really?
first evening, actually, that we...
Down in that sub that.
Yeah,
basement?
I guess it wasn't maybe I knew I wanted to marry you. I guess then maybe not.
Yeah.
But,
Did you know that night I couldn't sleep?
no.
I remember even telling my roommate, and I was just like, oh yeah, I just had a really good conversation with Marcus, and
I mean, that was definitely the first one that really stuck, for sure. And then, probably when I asked you to go out with me, for sure.
yeah.
I definitely knew by then. It's like, I want to marry this gal.
Yeah.
So,
And I
Yeah.
think, wasn't my reaction like, oh, finally he's asking me?
yeah, you did. You said that. You're like, well, finally. And I was like, geez, all right. Well, it's all pretty quick, I guess. All within a year, we met each other and hung out in groups, and then we started dating and engaged and married all within a year. And then from there, we just kind of moved all over. We were living in Bozeman and working in Bozeman. And then we got a job opportunity to come work it up at camp. And we ran 33 head of horses up there. We were up there for about a year. And
that was my first like kind of ranching experience, like having that responsibility of an animal. It's like that was the first time I felt the weight of that.
lived back up at home for a little while in Glasgow.
Yeah.
Then we pursued the next jump for my next job, and that was, paramedic school, and then moved back to Bozeman.
Yeah, Bozeman area, and that's where we bought our first house.
That's where we got our first house.
Yeah.
Before the market went too crazy.
Yeah, we even thought we were buying really high.
Yeah, we thought we were very skeptical whether it was a good decision or not, but
yeah, but
we did it, and it was a very good decision.
Yeah, and we saw it as an investment from the get-go, because
for sure,
even when we were dating, we were talking about how we wanted to be on land, we wanted to be out in more of a rural setting.
Well, that was our whole thing when we first met and we even first talked to each other. That was our first conversation was, we want to have land and raise, not our children, we weren't saying, but if we ever had kids with somebody, we were saying, well, we want to be out somewhere and have them kind of on a farm, ranch style, and that's kind of how I grew up, and I don't know, so we always had that dream.
Yeah, and I think,
desire.
Even though I didn't have a ton of exposure to like large scale or even small scale farming and ranching, like it had always been kind of a dream of mine, and with 2 apple trees growing up, it was like
That's
wanted
enough
more.
to
It was like that little taste of a good garden and some apple trees and a little bit of space. I was like, ooh, I want more. And I want to find somebody who wants to do the hard work to do that with me.
Yeah, sold our house in Belgrade at kind of the peak of the market. Again,
perfect timing. We couldn't have planned it any better.
No, we couldn't have.
Prices skyrocketed for houses, interest rates were all-time low, and family all was coming to Montana or had been in Montana and was looking for a new place all at the same time.
Yeah, sold that, and then we're able to move out of town and get a chunk of land. A lot less square footage for home living wise, but we obviously have acres.
Yeah, we have space, but it's just outside.
Yep. So 3 separate of our family units all live here on the same property. I think that's something people will be pretty interested in, curious in.
Yeah.
I know we've gotten a lot of questions or surprise or...
How could you afford a
Yeah,
Like,
how do you young couple afford such a place and where you're at? So yeah, it would be impossible. We wouldn't be able to
without family.
We have family that we were willing to live in close proximity with, and they were willing to live in close proximity with us, which is obviously crucial and is key. You just don't have other random people kind of sprinkled in between us. We just have corrals. For us, it just seemed like a good move. We have our separate spaces. We have our separate things we do, and we try to do meals once a week together at the very minimum. And I mean, we all have kids. Our kids are together, and it's just such a blessing.
Yeah, 5 kids, 5 months apart from each other. The boys are 5 months apart, and then the girls are 5 months apart.
Yeah,
it's so cool. Just looking forward to like years down the road, and they'll be so close in age.
Oh man, I guess kind of brings us to where we're at. I've been working for the last 5 years, fighting fire and primarily wildland firefighting, some structural jobs and volunteer work here and there. And yeah, I just finally got to a point where I was just, with wildland, I was gone all summer. It's 2-3 weeks at a time, and then you're home for 2 days, and then gone for 2 weeks and home for 2 days. And so after several years of that and missing a couple birthdays and just summers in Montana in general, missing them with family, and ended up getting a structural job and going the structural side of things. And then I enjoyed all of those jobs. They were great. They were great for me and to me, and the people I worked with were awesome. But yeah, it was just too much time away from home. Even the structural job, 2 days on, 4 days off, ends up being a lot of time. By the time your kid's 18 years old and he's gone, you're missing 5-6 years in total of their life that you're just at work. Gone. It's just like, I just want to be home in the mornings, see my kids, say goodbye, and home in the evenings. That's pretty much the only thing I was wanting for work, and found another good job and got out of fire, and that's where we are now.
That first year, we tried to record as much as we could. We even recorded a little bit of the process of selling our old place, and the ups and downs of getting into this place. This property, it had a pending offer when we first were all interested and all on board. They backed out. Then we were able to come out and see the place, put in an offer, and then put our house up on the market.
Mm-hmm.
So it was amazing how that happened. I remember that first morning, I was all like super excited. I brought stuff to make breakfast down here, like a tote of like kitchen supplies.
We're gonna stay the night. We're gonna eat food in here.
Yeah, and then within 10 minutes, we start moving stuff around, looking behind cabinets, and there was just mouse poop everywhere.
And dead mice. Carcasses all over and mouse poop. And
yeah.
So we very quickly realized, all right, let's get out of here. Yeah. So we got out and we just stripped the whole house down.
Mm-hmm.
Took the subfloor out, washed all the walls, sanded all the walls, repainted all the walls. I mean, we stripped it completely down, ripped out the walls, ripped out the floor, everything.
Thankfully, we were able to live in our family's basement for the summer while we were doing all the renovations. That was a huge help. And
that was huge.
He was gone on fire, so I actually had to do a lot of the demo stuff, because of his schedule and just to spice up life a little bit.
Yeah.
We got pregnant too, and so we were doing all this demo.
It wasn't on purpose, but we just it didn't matter what was going on in life. We wanted to have another baby. Mm-hmm. And I'm very grateful for it. So there's 4 of us in the 600 square feet, and it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Be kind of a journey, I guess. So this brings us up to where we're at now.
Yeah.
This brings us pretty close to where we're at, and we want to build the community aspect a lot more. We don't want to be doing absolutely everything here. We're not trying to reach sustainability so that we can be away from everything and everybody. That's not the point. We want to reach sustainability because we think that it brings a better quality of life, and ultimately, I guess number one was it gives us good food.
Yeah.
Really, it
Good
just gives us
food.
good quality food that we have put the time and effort and work into, and we've butchered ourselves. And um, yeah, that's kind of our main reason.
Yeah. We want to be producers instead of consumers.
Yeah.
We're starting in with chicken farming. That's
We have 17 chickens.
17.
Right,
and we raised 44 meat birds this last year.
Yeah,
So,
ordered 100 for this next year though. So
we learned a lot in that first round, and things we do different with brooding and just ordering date. Like, I think it was that same weekend that we got our chicks, we had a freak spring snowstorm, and our whole barn area, the wind and snow just drifted all in there. Yeah, we've learned a lot. We want to keep learning. I know we always joke we're lifelong learners. I think another one of our inspirations for reading this lifestyle was reading our grandparents' memoir and book. They just mentioned nonchalantly, we ate everything we grew. And we were challenged by that. Like, whoa, could we even do that? Like, do we have the skills and the knowledge and the know-how to do that? And so, no. Right now, no, we don't. But we want to grow in that. We have dreams of growing into other animals, whether that be beef or pork. Dairy. I would love a dairy cow.
Yeah, we want to bring you guys along with. So a lot of people have asked us to do this and to kind of start our journey, I guess, on YouTube. Please like and subscribe and share our channel with others. You can invest in us with just a little bit of your time, or just subscribe to our channel. All of that is going to financially help us. It's going to make a lot of this more realistic and possible. It's going to allow us to be home more consistently with our children, to work on projects here, to grow the farm, to put more time into videos, and being able to share more of this with you guys, just kind of our life, our journey, our building of a farm. So here we are, we're doing it.